Hey everyone, I'm going to be doing another review today. This is on the Benchmade Griptilian. More specifically, get this to focus. So there we go. 551 H20 grip in orange. I've been eyeballing this particular blade for quite some time, and I finally got it. So I'm going to be showing you this. In the Benchmade box, yeah, I did rip the end off a little bit when I was opening it. I do like the Benchmade box. It's very similar to Spyderco's style of box. Anyway, getting on, you get the actual knife in a little bag. Here it says Benchmade, a little drawstring. Getting to the knife, it is the 551 H20, which is the water corrosion-resistant steel. It's got that really nice dulled finish to it, which is part of the finish. This is in. It says right here on the blade. I highly doubt you can see that. You can say, actually, no, you can see it. It's H20 Griptilian, which is kind of like the Spyderco's. It's like H1 steel. It's very corrosion resistant. And again, I'll tell you exactly why I chose this knife. Three reasons. One, I haven't really ever had a Benchmade. This is one of my first high quality Benchmades, rather. And I've wanted one for a long time. Didn't know what to get. Wanted to go with something that I trusted and still would actually use. So I picked up the 551 Griptilian. Well, I was looking at it, rather, and I couldn't decide what model I wanted. I kind of wanted a Tanto tip, but I didn't really want a serrated model, and they just don't have anything like that, except for that one in black and silver, and I wasn't really liking the color. So I was looking at the orange one. I saw the one on 154 cm, but again, was still looking, and I pretty much chose top of the line, the grip line. Sorry about that. This is the top of the line. This is like a little over $100, and this knife is just phenomenal. It's got the orange high visibility handles. Like I said, it's got the corrosion resistant steel. It's still got the Benchmade's axis lock system, the axis flip, or whatever they call it. And it's high quality. It feels like it's also very light. So getting on to what the actual construction of the knife. The construction of the knife is pretty solid. It is and it isn't. It doesn't have liners in the handle. It kind of does. You can see there's a screw in the middle, kind of on each side. There's a liner that kind of goes this way. It kind of dulls down to stops like right about there, and then there's no more liners towards the end of the knife. I've never really seen that design before. I don't know exactly what it's called, but they are kind of like half liners in an angle. But the knife overall, it's very rigid, very strong. Lockup is pretty solid on the knife. I can flick it out quite easily. It's got no up or down, side-to-side play on this knife, and I love it. The dual thumb studs work. I have carried it in the left-hand side, switched the clip around when I was carrying another knife. The pocket clip is really good. It's not super stiff. Just kind of got the right tension. The only thing I didn't like about the pocket clip at first was I felt that it was too loose, that there was too much of a gap here, and I felt like it was almost going to fall out of my pants. After a while, I realized it's not going to happen. It's been there pretty good, and it's a deep pocket clip, so I don't really have to worry about it. I mean, all in all, this knife is just phenomenal. I chose this knife for two reasons. One, well, actually, I explained why I chose it, but I'll tell you the two main reasons why I chose this knife. One, because of the orange. You're a fireman, or you're working in the EMS service, or whatever. High visibility is always better versus, say, like an AK-47 or a Recon one, or one of the other, or another Benchmade that's more tactical looking, or something like that. Public relations is what I call it. You want something a little less intimidating looking. Especially when you cut a seatbelt or take it out in a scene or cut rope or do anything like that. The orange is just nice. Not to mention if you drop it, it's easier to find. The other thing is, I chose the corrosion-resistant steel for the main reason is this. Okay, you're a fireman, or I'm a fireman. You work with a lot of water. You work in the winter. You work in the rain. You work in all kinds of really nasty conditions. You can't really pick and choose. I've had knives. I carried a couple knives that were from the Bird series. I thought it would be better at the time to carry because if I lost them or broke them while I was working, it wouldn't be as big of a deal because they weren't very expensive. I found out they worked really nice, but they started to develop some rust spots because they were such, they were not a really high quality steel. They had a high carbon content, so they got a lot more rust spots. This knife I've been carrying, and it doesn't get any rust spots. Another thing is when you have your knife in your jeans pocket or whatever, and you have your bunker pants on, or your PPE, or our pants that we wear. and, you know, you're working really hot, you know, you sit in your scene for an hour or so, and you're working your butt off, you get kind of sweaty, you perspire. That moisture gets transferred, and you know, obviously from your skin to your clothing. And then if I looked on the other blades, I pull them out with more of like a satin, shiny finish, and you see the moisture build up on the blade. And that, again, contributes to rusting, especially because it's sweat, and sweat's it's like salt water. It just destroys blades. So, you know, I had to find something that I could carry that wouldn't do that, that wasn't black or tactile looking, you know, the coating. The black coating does help to stop the rust. I didn't want a black coated blade, though, for this particular use I was looking to get out of it. So I chose this knife. It's phenomenal. I'm extremely happy with it. The steel, like I said, the H20 TN, which is just like Spyderco's H1. It works really nice. It flicks out pretty quick. Very light, very ergonomic in the hand. We'll talk about jimping real quick. Jimping on the blade, it's okay. Ironically, the knife called the Griptilian. The grip is average. It's alright. It's not fantastic. It's not horrible. It does have some grip. You can see the little bit of the piece of the line is right in here. That's parts metal, and it transfers out to the plastic, and that's actually not bad. It's not super grippy, but it does work somewhat. The chipping on the blade does work adequately. However, the beef I have with it is it's very slight, and you really can't see it, but it kind of drops off. The blade jimp is a little lower than the handle, so it's kind of uncomfortable on your thumb, and it hurts. It doesn't hurt. It's harder because part of your thumb is already raised up and then going down like this, and it makes it so you can slide easier. I usually just go like this, and I have plenty of grip. However, I'm not really using this for a thrust attack anyway, so I don't really mind it that much. It's got this back jimping kind of here. That's not really that great. And it's got this other jimping here. Don't really see the use about, you know, this being useful if you're holding in the reverse kind of grip like that, which it does help. It's not bad. Pocket clip's reversible for left or right, tip-up carry only. You know, as usual, it's a Benchmade quality knife. It's the blue class. I mean, you're going to be getting, no matter what Benchmade knife you're going to get, it's always going to be high quality. So, if you're looking for a, you know, what I call a public relations knife, you know, I would seriously consider getting, maybe not even this version. Maybe just get the 154 standard, which is a little cheaper. I think it's in like the $80 range or something like that. You know, and they have this in serrated and non-serrated. This one's a non-serrated. A lot of options if you're looking for something with high visibility. So it's something to consider. I really like the knife. Been carrying a lot. And, yeah. So thanks a lot, guys. More reviews to come.